Rated PS for pretty stupid.
Yeah, what's up?
Are we recording?
Yeah, I'm already recording there.
Huh?
I'm already recording there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
This guy doesn't trust me.
Yeah, it's like,
That's
and
fair.
You've been doing this for...
No, it's fair. I fuck up enough. that
we all fuck up.
I fuck up enough that like I get why he doesn't trust me.
Thank you for the juice. I wanted to bring alcohol, but none of you seemed interested. Then I realized that for me, this is like, I'm coming to the port, we're chilling. You guys, it's just another Saturday.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm imposing my bullshit. Let me not...
No, dude, but it's a thing of I want to drink so bad.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Rowan, like, because I haven't been drinking for a few weeks now, and then I ran out of weed and tried to stop smoking, and then, like, you're just present and like with sitting with your thoughts.
Oh, okay.
It's hard.
Just tough for my boy.
I had that briefly with weed only for 1 month where I was taking like a lot of edibles.
Yeah.
Then I realized it's not physically addictive, but it's just the feeling is addictive of just after a long day of work when everything else is done, you just being
become
alone
numb.
and tripping.
Wanna kick back.
Yeah.
Things are more interesting on that lane.
Yeah.
As opposed to just regular
Being aware
life bullshit. And it's not even demons. It's not even like you're fighting for your life. It's just like too much nothing.
Yes. The emptiness is just
Yes.
like I feel nothing. I'm
Yeah.
just existing.
Weak men.
So how long are you going with your sobriety?
I'll try like maybe March, end of March.
Why?
Health rate, maybe see if it improves my
That
health.
doesn't feel short or long enough for either goal. Like
Yeah.
it feels too
Are you gonna
insignificant.
are you gonna increase your exercise?
Increase.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because you exercise.
Yeah.
I've been on the road with you. I see you. He brings a mat. He brings like a whole exercise mat and
Oh
everything.
damn!
Yeah.
You're just watching him the whole
Like,
time.
look at
chain
that.
smoking. I'm chain smoking next to him while he's doing push-ups.
Every push-up, I'm just like, Rowan's gonna die. You're gonna own FOOF. You're gonna own the entire
And
empire.
the bus just hits you the moment you step outside. And he lives. Trump is like eating McDonald's and okay, but he is a billionaire, so
True.
he probably has someone pumping his stomach, sucking out the bullshit
Yeah.
every other day.
No, but there's a lot of fat dudes who surprise you.
Yeah,
Like they'll live a long ass time.
but
We
but
suffer
now,
for our sins.
but now I feel like those are outliers. I think if we are being honest, every fat guy we know, especially in the township, you're like, there's not a lot of old fat grandpas.
Yeah.
You are aware. You like, as you eat your second burger of the evening, you
Okay.
are aware.
That's 2 days off my life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've never seen a fat grandpa
It's true,
past
like-
a certain age.
It's true. Like grandpas, like they'll get fat, but they don't.
They weren't there.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
weren't
But
fat
they just have a
and growing
gut.
up.
But you
Yeah.
see from like their calves and stuff that this guy used to like
Walk around and
walk
stuff.
around. Yeah, they walk a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
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 So
How's your week been?
It's been
What gigs?
I've been for the first time in like forever. I've been late to every show this week because of work. I hate being late to places, especially shows. I'm like I want to be there like before, like.
Yeah.
So this week I feel like I've had stories for everyone. Like I've been stressing every show around. I'm like, yo, dude,
I'm so sorry.
So yeah, because I've just had some weird things like at work
Yeah.
and stuff where I have to work like
Crazy hours.
over the time. So yeah, but otherwise it's been a
but
good
that's the
week.
important stuff. Comedy doesn't pay bills.
Yeah.
So
But that
You're allowed to be
doesn't
late.
feel, I don't. But that's the thing. Work is getting harder, bro. Comedy
Yeah.
makes work harder. Not if you work with me and you watch this. I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, everything, dude. Comedy. I don't know. Like you guys have been doing comedy slightly longer, and you've had jobs the whole time.
Yeah.
What has been the try? Because I feel like maybe it's like maybe I'm at the place where now it's like peak harder in
Yeah.
terms of working, but I'm sure there's going to be a time where it stabilizes again, where you realize, hey, this is real life.
I think.
Did you guys hit that?
Yeah, for me, I definitely had like burnout in that I was like gigging, or like there would be a thing where like I feel like that's the sacrifice you make. You're either late to gigs or you're late for work. I chose being late for work, unfortunately, which got to my detriment. But
Yeah.
yeah, at some point I had to be like, you know, you feel like every gig matters, but someone be like, I can miss a gig.
Yeah.
It's
No.
I need a day of rest or something.
I'm very new to that feeling. I started that this year, weirdly, where I'm like, I feel like there's actually gigs that, in a weird way, take from you. Like, there's gigs where you're like, I shouldn't. There's no reason for me to be here.
losing, yeah.
I'm fighting for my life for these people. It doesn't matter.
There's no there's no critical feedback I'll take from this.
Yeah, exactly.
That can improve
There's
the
no, I'm
comedy.
working on my craft. You doing nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're bombing, it's just because you're like they suck. It's not you at all.
Yeah, there's just gigs like that where I feel though more burnt out with comedy when I'm doing it a lot, only if, which is where I am right now. I haven't been doing like new stuff. Like I think in January I haven't done, it's just been tags here and there. But I know when I've just written like a new, maybe 5-7 that I'm sticking in, I can go months, dude, because I'm excited for that one joke.
Yeah.
But now I am feeling kind of tired even though it's beginning because I've just been doing
The same
my
shit.
jokes. And now I'm like, okay,
I felt like that a long time, but now I'm just like only doing new. But now the
Nice.
problem is I get bored of a joke really quickly. So like I had a great joke about the boycotting. Everybody loved it.
And you're like,
I'm done with it. I'm already done with it.
Do you, I feel like with the rate at which you write and discard jokes, you don't want to, why do you not put your shit as much on the internet? Because you write like that. You have jokes where you just write
I'm not performing as much as I should be. That's really the thing.
So you don't get a chance to get quality video recording.
Yeah.
No, so I feel like Rowan writes very like closed-ended jokes.
But those are perfect for clips because then you can.
I mean, in the sense of for clips, yes, but I mean for comedy in the sense of
For like growing a longer
Yeah.
set, it's hard.
like it's done, it's perfect, like
Yeah,
then
it's
like that. I mean, the moment it
Mark
works,
Norman,
you're like,
dude.
yeah.
Like there is a market for that.
Quality,
I
yeah.
feel like because you are one step above puns. If you come doing puns, we love you.
I don't.
Because with puns, I feel like puns is come on, dude. A lot of puns is like it's the trap that I also used to fall for, like in comedy, where you mistaken any response for laughter.
Yeah.
Because with puns, you get smart, like 2 words that have the same meaning. Oh, juice. No, I meant juicing. And then people are like, It's not the same as
Like guttural, like
laughter.
people are covering their mouth.
And you can mistaken it for that because a lot of that, it's like, it's.
I know that kid. Sorry,
Oh, right. It's
it's my friend's kid.
oh, nice.
I was about to say, you just know random
it's
children.
It's like, we hang out.
I got the hookup.
Hey, Didi, calm down, yeah.
What do you think he does with these cameras when we're not around?
Hey,
You know what I
dude,
mean?
hey.
But if someone has to keep food.
This child just saw the camera. I was like, this is familiar with Uncle Gosa.
That way the
he's
costume.
programmed now. When he sees the camera, he's like, here we go again. It's too dark to say this in front of
Hey, kid, I'm like, hey, kid, you signed that NDA. Shut up. I give you those 2 Twix and the lunch bar.
Yeah, oh no.
Hold your end of the bargain.
Oh, bruh. But those things it's weird things like I feel like definitely Vince has done that.
Yeah.
He was close to doing that, if anything, dude.
With the
he-
child.
Did he have a thing with kids?
No. But I'm saying, like,
he
when you're
does-
at that, when you're already treating an adult with that much
Disrespect.
Disregard
Yeah.
and like dude, like Vince is. I feel like we haven't even scratched I feel like this is gonna be a Bill Cosby level.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of power he had, and when you read those messages, how in it. So it's not for him like everyone has a fetish once. He's thinking about it all day. He's organizing it while he's working. So in the office, it's like a full time.
It's a job on it. It's like when you see the messages, it's like the amount of. It's like how are you running a business and still doing this?
Business on that scale.
Yeah, it's like, dude, like literally, it was like it's almost like planning events.
Exactly.
It's
but
like-
he's in, and he's not even using a secretary. That's what I was. I was about to say at least Epstein. In Epstein's defense, no. But like Epstein has like Ghislaine who was like coordinating,
exactly.
and he just show up to get his thing wet. That's
No, but it's also
Vince McMahon is doing his own admin. He wants to touch the ground.
exactly,
He's authentic.
ground
He
level,
doesn't
dude.
sell
Ground
out.
level, dude. Nah, dude. Listen. WWE is my hobby.
Yeah.
This is my passion.
Is a real joke. Dude, it was so weird because he was organizing the thing where he was willingly coordinating, like the way you plan events and put a lineup. Exactly. He was putting a lineup for these girls.
For a gangbang.
I've got this guy. Are you okay? He was like fucking Brock Lesnar is in there. He's fucking. Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're opening, middle, finish.
No, he did that shit. That guy I feel like, had too much power.
Yeah.
Like WWE, I feel like is like peak when it comes to like corporate power. I feel like not even Apple, maybe just some things are more mainstream than outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
But like wrestling, bro, at its peak, come on.
And not just that.
Come on.
Like wrestling.
I think wrestling's bigger than it's ever been at this
It's
point.
100%.
Especially now they have this TKO, which is like fusing
with UFC.
and
also
insane.
A deal, $5 billion deal with Netflix.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go now to... Because no one was watching now the DSTV and they like...
Yeah, dude, we're pivoting.
Oh, now we're going to be able to go back to like that Attitude Era. You can
I wonder
watch...
if they do put all that stuff up. Oh my God, that's all I'll watch on...
That's all you say. That's all I'm interested in, dude. I just want to go back to like those Iron Man thing of John Cena versus Randy Orton for like an hour.
Yeah.
Fucking...
I just the funny thing, it's like, remember when the Louis C.K. stuff came out?
Yes.
And then you start looking at his old material and you're like, oh, like...
It's there.
So with Vince, similarly, you look at old promos and you're like...
The storylines it was doing... He was such an... And there's this thing that he did, the storyline hero, and I feel like he's abused so many of the wrestlers with the storylines. Because a lot of these things, there was so much sexual... Like there's this, I think it was Edge, where he made Edge have like
sex with
sex with to celebrate... Was it their anniversary or something?
Yeah.
All that stuff, that's him. Again, he's doing his own stunts. He's very fully there. No one's handling
He's
this
in
for
the
him.
writer's room, bro.
Dude,
He's doing...
Remember Gene Snitsky? No. That crazy. There was this crazy character in wrestling, and Lita, this whole Lita, Matt Hardy's girlfriend. She had a baby and got pregnant.
Yeah.
There was a scene where this dude, as a whole thing, like took a baby, but then they replaced it with a fake baby, and he kicked it. In the sense to say, like, yo, I killed your baby. Yeah. And like people are like, as a kid, you're like, yo, should that be?
But that is, we were just insane as kids, because it didn't hit as deep as it should have. We were all like, whoa.
This is what's gonna happen next week? What's gonna happen to that baby? Like,
but you need, it's almost like another crazy thing, another fact of, maybe it's just a fact of capitalism. You need events to make WWE as big as it is. You need someone who's just unhinged.
Ruthless.
You need someone like Trump to make his empire as big as it got. You can't be a regular... You need to be fucked up.
Yeah.
And
like morals can't thrive in that industry, like to soar to those heights.
Yeah, you have to have a certain imagination to cook up the stories he did every week, and then you found out he was there himself. So it's not like he is letting people...
No.
He had that Stan Lee with Marvel where he was involved with like
in everything.
A lot of
the nitty-gritty.
Dog. It was, Vince is insane. This girl said that at one point when they had the threesome, he like took a shit on her head.
Yeah.
Then this is the weird thing. He took a shit on her head. Then he went to shower.
And you're like, I got that out of me.
It's like, yo, I feel dirty.
I feel dirty.
But then he's like, hey, yo, keep doing your thing, though.
Oh,
I'm gonna be back.
God.
And then, how depraved are you to, like, fuck someone with shit on them?
Yeah.
Still on them, and you're like, no, dude.
It's such a... Bro, once you get to the science and just the world of fetish, you in a world that ranges from like the regular, no problem, matey. From like regular typical shit, just like big boobs to like pedophiles.
Insane,
That's like a range.
I love that pedophilia is a kink.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, for certain people, I just have a thing. That's what these rich guys say.
Thing.
Yeah, I just
small thing.
A literal small thing for small things. Yeah, that's... dude. It can range there, and it's like...
Is that a testament to like how money can't buy happiness? Because like, he's a billionaire. He can have anything he wants in the world, but what he really wants is to shit on a lady's head.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it like he was always the type of guy who wants to shit on a lady's head, or he became that guy as a result of the power and the possibilities?
we'll never know. It's a chicken and the egg situation.
Yeah.
That's a great
But-
question.
It's wild how I feel like once you like move up on like Maslow's hierarchy, things get weird. It's like the same when you look at the difference between the crimes of white people and like black people.
Yeah.
Black people will rob you. We have a lot of crime, but it's more like I want to eat, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we want
Survival.
basic things. We won't shoot up like a school.
No.
If we shoot up a school, it's because there was some gang activity. There's a practical reasons
Yeah.
I'm hiding. It's not like this society.
Exactly.
So that's like a higher problem when your basic stuff is kind of sorted.
Yeah.
And now you have time to dive into the darkness of the human brain.
True. It's almost like
And you can like,
it's almost like black people are like Thanos. In
yeah,
there's
the
a
practical.
exactly like logical.
Kill you, but-
Then white people are the Joker.
Yeah, who
Right?
just
Like
wants to see the
senseless
world
chaos.
burn.
Exactly.
And bruh, there's like a whole world of that. Like, for example, look at like I think it was the 70s where there was like a pick of serial killers in America.
Yeah.
A male white serial killers, middle-aged, because they were in their golden era. But at the same time, it was like the human rights were starting, like there were like civil rights now being introduced and all that. And there was a big unrest. Like the white man, especially in America, is always in a position where everything is changing and he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that was the time where there was a peak in serial killers of people angry at the world, angry at women. And it's happening now again with the LGBT being whatever things. People are moving forward. They're not as interested in those guys. They're like, on Netflix, we want to see different things. We want to hear different stories. And there's a big unrest. Hence now there's a lot of the incel type stuff moved from just being on Reddit corners.
Yeah.
Now it's like right there on Twitter.
Yeah.
Now it's guys that are it's like
but
the
Twitter's
Jordan
like-
Peterson, Ben Shapiro. That world is like...
Twitter itself has gotten disgusting. Though,
Yeah, true.
since like Elon took over, to be honest.
Yeah, it's unregulated.
It's so bad, bro.
But
I
he
fucking
does.
hate
But the
it.
weird thing is that he does regulate. It's so weird what he does because
Regulate,
he
exactly.
does regulate. For example, now he has been regulating people who are like from the river to the sea. I think he banned that.
Damn.
Because it's his like.
Now it's a person.
Now
it's
it's a person.
about my issues, not everyone else's stuff. It's like, this hurts me.
And he's been dismissing people's emotions for a long time, as if emotions are automatically irrational, which
But
is
I
what
mean-
that group does. Emotions are not bad enough of themselves. You can't just erase them.
Yeah. But I mean, it's almost like you can not be sympathetic, but be like, he has Asperger's. So emotions
Oh,
are
does he have S? I didn't know.
definitely. It definitely has Asperger's or like
It's
extreme end
not
of the spectrum.
neurotypical.
Yeah. So I imagine like emotions are a foreign concept to him.
Yeah, that should cover the sexism. You get a pass, Elon.
Well, he's sexist because he's South African, dude. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and racist because he still has that
still
part
from
of him.
Pretoria.
And he left when it was still in the peak.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's why he doesn't visit now because it's like the good old days. What
Exactly.
happened to this place?
This place is changing.
You sitting on this bench next to me, motherfucker? What's?
Dad, we have to move.
Yeah, exactly.
Close up the emerald mine.
Yeah, and he was raised, but his father is also like a narcissist. When you see him, like his father is like it's such a typical. I would actually love to see like a limited series docu
Elon and his dad.
like that. I want that dynamic because his father is a very big person. Like he's a big personality. It's those dads who are like, like who Joe Jackson is
Yeah,
like
I
that
see.
level of.
So it makes it like a Tagode's dad type.
Yeah, so it's like, So
So,
I
yeah.
would be. So he always has that thing. Dad is trying to prove his dad.
yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
His dad will never be happy.
because you see, because there's no reason. There's these people like Elon and like Drake, and there's people that are on top of their world, whatever.
Yeah.
But they still very pathetic. They still very petty, and they need
Approval.
I'm like,
It's like, dude, you're a millionaire. Like,
Yeah.
Drake, you can say one bad thing about him, some YouTuber, and he will spiral out
goes
for
off,
like
yeah.
2 days. I'm like, you are Drake.
Yeah, you've created generational wealth.
exactly.
Like
Like,
you-
nothing should matter to
Yeah.
you at this point, but nah, bro, they get super touched.
That is sad. That's
So,
yeah.
But it's also
would-
because Drake grew up. I guess it's because he grew up like in a actor family or Jewish family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
with
was
his mom.
acting as a kid.
Yeah. But Drake, his thing is like quite interesting because Drake was like, you guys are rap fans.
Yeah.
So you know
I'm not
that
Drake fan though.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
You know
He has a
that
band.
with rap, like when Drake came out in like the just before the 2010s, and then he was peaking there, and his peak since then, it's the longest peak I've ever seen.
It's a 50 cent.
It's
a 50 cent
it's
level.
50 cent, but longer.
Yeah.
It's a 50 cent because 50 cent, I think his peak might have been high. It was like if he had the internet like now, he would.
Oh, yeah.
It was like higher. So Drake is like peak there, but again, his peak is not that. It's like
Sustained,
long,
yeah.
in like a historic way. But anyways, Drake was always kind of rejected by like hip hop because he came with like being the
That emotional-
singing or whatever, all of that. So he was feeling that, but he still wanted to rap because he can. You hear him rap, you're like, oh, this dude can. And then I think he got sort of his street cred when the Meek Mill thing happened. That was because Meek Mill, I'm still shocked that he lost that battle. Everything was,
was set
working
up
for
for him
him.
to
He's
win.
the battle rapper. He's like, so yeah, that's the only thing. So he won that, and then he was cruising nicely,
Then
and then
Pusha.
Pusha T.
Yeah.
That was just over.
Pusha is a different beast. He's like, nah, dude.
He's like, so with the Pusha T thing, when it happened, I feel like it pushed Drake because that's when it escalated those Drake memes. Drake the type of dude to Drake the
Yeah.
type of dude to light-skinned guy.
Yeah.
And it pushed Drake to his villain era.
Yeah.
I feel like he has this need in him. Imagine if Kanye West didn't get... You see Kanye West documentaries from back in the day. He also, because wasn't respected as like a rapper. He was just a producer. And then he worked his way up. But he had this need where he needed Jay-Z and them to see him. And then eventually they did and whatever. I mean, it hasn't fixed his shit.
Yeah.
But imagine how worse Kanye West would be if he never got that approval. But he was still Kanye West. He was still good. But he was still fighting for...
How good would the music be, though?
The music would be amazing. But wait, but we would want to say that about Drake. The music is not good.
Fair. I guess Pusha gave us the best version of Drake then.
Not the best. He gave us the most successful version of Drake. Because now Drake must top the charts.
Yeah.
Like Drake now his music is formula. It's like
it's pop music.
You're not gonna get. He must top the charts because there's every time he must. I think he's under pressure now, because now he's the guy who's been on top for a long time.
Yeah.
Now you can't just make an album that tanks, and it's like it didn't tank. It's like Nas has been dropping. His last album was pretty good, but it didn't go like mainstream the way. But he's okay with it. It's doing well. It's fine. Whereas with Drake, he's gonna feel like. Because all these kids also now are here.
Yeah.
Like, it's a new era of hip-hop, and he's the only guy still kind of...
Yes, stay relevant.
So he has to stay there, otherwise it becomes just another old...
Yeah, but like he does that thing. Like I feel like Drake and like a lot of the Young Money crew, they latch on to the younger, up-and-coming talent to stay relevant.
But without bringing the best, someone who does that well, like Kendrick has, and J. Cole. Wow, why am I disregarding J. Cole? J. Cole has been doing this feature run with these younger guys, and he brings out the best.
Yeah.
Right, Lil Yachty's, and I wasn't even a Yachty fan. I was like, it's a different era of music that I'm not in.
Yeah, you've aged out of it.
Yeah, I'm like, everyone would Lil something.
Yeah.
And then when you, like on that verse that they have, there's a song that they have where Cole is like, I think it won verse of the year or something.
Was it?
Cole and Yachty coming for their respect, come and pay your debt.
I haven't heard
There's
that.
a thing where they just sitting, bruh, they go hard because Cole comes in. He did that with 21 Savage as well.
Yeah.
He did, like with these younger guys, he brings out the best in them. Where else Drake,
Sucks.
instead of pulling them up with him, he just wants to sound like them. He bites. If a rapper raps like Koto, Drake will also do that fake UK.
Yeah.
What thing, man?
He's a chameleon.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in Drake. That's what people don't. Bro,
Someone had a conspiracy theory that Drake's whole hip hop career is just a performance art piece over 15 years.
Like, see, that's what we want. That would make sense because you're like, there's no way.
This guy changes his identity like every couple of years. Yeah.
This is one of those where reality is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the root of a lot of conspiracy theories where you're like, there's no way the government was stupid enough for this. This must have been an intentional.
Yeah.
It's the 9/11 conspiracy. 9/11 was an inside job. It might have been, but people failing It's just arrogance of
Stupidity,
Americans
yeah.
failing to believe that we were bested.
Yeah.
Once terrorists will win here and there.
Yeah.
This is the time they won. We didn't defeat them like in the movie.
Yeah.
It didn't end where they caught it last minute. So no, it must have been an inside job. So
Wait, can we get out if that door closes all the way?
Yeah, we can just turn the thing in.
Okay, because I saw there was a fire thing in front of it earlier on.
it might have. It might be.
Yeah, but the roof is the best place to be for. That's actually dumb. It's the worst place to
the
be
worst
for
place to
building
be,
catches
yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a
Somebody
pool.
flies a plane into this building right now. Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Did you see that 21 Savage try to like scam this guy?
Aiden Ross or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were like
Oh, shit.
they were like playing poker on a live stream.
Yeah.
And 21 Savage had like a marked deck.
Oh shit.
So he was down like 400,000. 21 Savage was down 400, and then all of a sudden,
Oh,
he
and
was-
it's real money.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he was just like winning, bro.
What did he say on Twitter? Like, tell that Jew to.
Yeah, it's like tell that Jew.
Damn.
Because he's like obviously like that's not my
Yeah.
like my people gave me these cards.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's. I feel like there's also a big.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
stuff
why the thing is there. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
For people. Yeah.
Hey,
No,
it's all good.
no problem. Hello.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that people don't click. Jesus.
That should work. That's fine.
That's fine. This
Yeah.
might be weird. It must be weird for people, like the curiosity in their brains.
Yeah.
It's like, who's this guy they're interviewing?
They
He
like,
must be.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, or it seems like I'm interviewing you guys. You guys are like a rap duo, DJ duo. Rowan has that look.
Yeah,
Of
I'm
like
his-
an
I'm his
old
wa- I'm
school
his
hardcore
manager.
rapper.
Yeah, he's my, what's his name? Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alchemist to my,
actually he is.
Teddy
He is.
Gibbs.
Oh, dude, I saw, what's the song?
Tubby Gibbs.
Yeah.
Tubby Gibbs.
Wait, what?
Tubby Gibbs.
You know Freddie Gibbs?
I know Freddie
Yeah,
Gibbs.
I know it's like if he's Alchemist, I would be Tubby Gibbs.
No, I was calling
Okay.
myself Tubby
Oh, you'd
Gibbs.
be,
Yeah.
then I'd be.
Yeah. I saw Alchemist. I didn't know he was a rapper also. He's so good. I was like, what? Like, he raps like Earl Sweatshirt. I guess that's
Yeah.
why. And there's this guy, Mike.
Yeah, big black guy.
Yeah. With he's so, like, so there's like that crew. Alchemist is like a real rapper.
Yeah.
He's like, good.
Because he hangs on like lyricists. Like when you hear like the
Yeah.
class of guys he produces for. I feel
Yeah.
like just through osmosis, like unconsciously, that stuff would rub off on you.
Absolutely, because he hangs around that high quality. Those guys, bruh, it's
So is there a level of arrogance or is it lack of self-belief to get into rap and just be like, I'm Mike. My name's
oh,
Mike.
yeah.
It's like, I'm just Mike.
Just Kevin, yeah.
It's just like, either I'm
It's
going
cool.
to...
Bruh, there's a level, like the people like that, and like the L sweatshirt, and less so, I guess Tyler, the creator to some extent, but he's more mainstream about it. I like the L
Yeah.
sweatshirty,
Yeah.
I do
I
what
don't
I
want the
like kind of.
fame.
Yeah.
There's a way these guys think, and they like, I think it's only like 29. They're
Yeah.
like our age. They're very young. But there's a way they think, and you see how they say words in rap, where you're like, these are high thoughts,
Yeah.
but they have them in regular.
Casually.
Yeah.
There's like dude, there's, and it's the same way the last person I saw who used to do this in a very old school way. You guys remember Cannabis?
No.
Nah.
Come on, Cannabis.
Nah.
A rapper in like the
90s?
with the the hardest battle rap. Dude, Cannabis was supposed to be, I think, the next big thing, but it got stuck. I feel like where El Sweatshirt would have been stuck if it came out earlier.
Yeah.
Because he came out right at a time where you now then could build your small audience who is niche, and they don't want you to make songs that will be on radio. You don't need
Yeah, but
to.
Earl also had Tyler shouting "Free Earl" every other.
Yeah, in the exact. So yeah, I guess that did help.
Yeah.
Dude, Cannabis had these weird. There's this line that I can't forget, and I was like a kid. I realized later where I'm like, this guy. He was basically just saying to. It's like a rap thing where he's basically just saying, I'm gonna pee in your mouth. You know, rappers say that.
Yeah.
But he said it. He had like 8 lines, but where he's like, my urethra to your esophagus, quench your thirst, and then I open up, and then he does imagery where you're like, is he still talking about? So he would say things the way El Sweatshirt says, and where you're like, when you dissect these lyrics, you're like, this guy is just saying, I'm gonna pour water on your face,
Yeah.
but it's imagery. It's aesthetic.
beautiful.
Yeah.
There's this thing, I think it's Earl Sweatshirt that has, where he's talking about victory. It's sort of like a song like Lose Yourself. I think it's on his, the album that says,
I don't like shit.
I don't like
go
being
outside.
outside. I don't like going,
Yeah.
Where he's talking, I realized later that, he's talking about sperm. Because, dude, I realized because he's talking about, like as in being in a, fighting for his life, being in a thing, I must go out, I see that. So he's talking about being inside his father's thing and fighting to, but he paints a picture.
Yeah.
And he never says it, but then you realize later, this dude is talking about being inside I'm like,
Poet, I get that. It's like it almost makes you wonder, like, if R. Kelly wasn't illiterate.
yeah,
If
like,
how we were pissing on people more poetic, we'd be like,
all right, that's took a turn. But I was actually going to say, genuinely, R. Kelly is also a fantastic writer, like just in music. He is.
It's very explicit.
That's why he's
There's
R. Kelly.
But it's no. I feel like R. Kelly doesn't have.
There's no nuance.
It's not like
There's
it's
no
not like Frank
nuance.
Ocean.
Yeah.
It's not subliminal. It's just like, this is what I'm saying.
It's very
No, I get you.
direct.
Yeah.
But
it's
like
a very
the
black churchy.
Yeah, the music
audience.
he writes behind it is good though. The music itself.
Yeah,
is, like,
he's
fantastic.
good. That's what I was saying. The melodies.
Yeah.
'Cause you hear, dude, he wrote all of Aaliyah stuff.
Oh shit.
Aaliyah is deep. Even now, when you listen to Aaliyah now, it's like listening to. I feel like there's people we didn't appreciate, like Brandy.
Yeah.
Where you listen to that music and you're like, this person was like on a different. It wasn't like the typical. It wasn't like Beyonce.
Yeah.
It wasn't like normal R&B. Like there was a layer.
Yeah.
To
It's
this
like, it's
person.
like a love that like people have loved for decades.
Yeah,
That type
those
of-
people, bro.
But
that
she's so young, it doesn't make sense.
Because Aaliyah was a child. When you realize when she was making those albums, she was like 16, and R. Kelly's in the background of the album.
Or maybe being molested by R. Kelly gives you a lower or
No,
it gives you that exposure to maturity.
I do not.
Trauma and art.
Yeah,
Trauma and art.
like,
are
you know,
not-
that's the crazy thing because they're so related.
Yeah.
Trauma, and it's why I feel like it's why then it's hard to break that cycle of abuse of parents with talented kids. Because Michael Jackson will tell you, I'm like this because Joe Jackson beat me every day after school. So now you have to pick as a regular person. It's a moral decision to make. Do you want you rock my world or you want a healthy Michael Jackson?
Do you have a child? How are you raising them?
I'm not. I don't have that in me.
Okay, yeah.
I literally don't have that dog in me. I don't got that dog, man. But I've realized it's not necessary.
No,
like,
of course
you know
not.
what I realized with kids? Again, these are things that you can never be told. You just have to observe it when you're seeing a child grow, which is the wildest thing ever. You see that a kid has an internal thing, the thing that parents think they need to beat you for in order for you to listen to them and whatever. Kids have it. You realize without you having to train, you having shout. Like even small things like if the kid has never seen this key before and they want to go take this key, they will keep like looking, like they want you to either just nod or say it. So they do have that sense of the world is dangerous, but not even with just physical things, but even social. Yeah. So they have that, and it's just a matter of you nurturing that, and then they're very obedient. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen. I don't know. I think you also just have to let the kid be a kid. If
you have to let them grow.
I see mothers, dog, in like, but this used to happen in the township when I was also a kid. When you like going to a clinic, there's this mother beating the child, a 2-year-old. Because the child is not sitting still in a 2-hour queue at the clinic.
It's like it's a kid.
It's a child. How do you expect them to react?
Like exactly. If you're gonna have an office where you treating kids or whatever, expect that kids are gonna be running around all day. Yeah. Why are you trying to make them behave like adults?
Exactly.
Like because we're trying to make them be like, it's a child. Let them be like that.
I agree. It's also what do you call it? I feel like you just have to guide a child. In that they know, like they have a thing, like
they have the true north.
It's almost like I would say raw talent.
Yeah,
it just needs refinement.
It.
Yeah, that's what kids have. Yeah,
that is absolutely true. But I think what people then do, which is something maybe I should understand by now, but I still don't understand. Like I don't have that desire in me for like legacy, like keep my name going. Dude, I've never understood that, and that's big in like. Black culture, Zulu, it's like very like a child is like an extension of yourself. Where it's like, you will bear my. I've never had that desire for one day in my life. I've literally never looked at my daughter and be like, you will take my name. I've never ever once have had that something close to that thought. For me, this is just another person.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably because she's a girl and she can't actually take your name.
No, but I've never wanted a boy even. I've never wanted.
He didn't want this kid. But he got what he got.
Absolutely did.
No.
Ironic. Could tell you a story about that, but it was one very intentional. Which
my thing, if I do have a kid, Mom, I want a boy. Not that I wouldn't love a girl, but just I feel like with a girl I'd have to be like 10 times as more hands-on.
10 times as what?
More hands-on, like just to
the world seems more dangerous.
I've always felt like I understood girls more than maybe because I have a little like I have might be, but I've always felt like I understand like the thought. There's a lot of things that guys do, even guys my age. There's a behavior I don't understand.
Are you about to say you understand women?
No,
that's okay.
I kept not saying women because I don't want, because women also, of course, confuse me. I can't be in their shoes. But I'm saying like I not grew up with, but I was already, I guess, slightly older, but I was in like high school, my little sister, when she was born. And she felt like, it also feels like, because I was a mama's boy, I was always at home. So it was, at home, it was always just me, my mom, and my little sister. My sister, my big sister runs the streets. She was always my big brother. Everyone else was out there and whatever. My father is a preacher, always like, so I was the mama's boy, literally always home. And I enjoyed, and I felt like I understood her, how she was growing up. But of course, I also have siblings, and you see, there's lots of kids in black families that you extended. Then there would be boy kids. I wouldn't understand. Like, they would do some... I've always felt like a boy would feel more exhausting. Like,
there's more chaos in a boy.
Yeah. There's absolutely more chaos. I prefer the emotional chaos. I feel like I'm more equipped for the emotional chaos than the... And I feel like I've never felt manly. I've never felt...
Same.
And I feel like I would have to maybe impart that on a child where I have to... Yo, son... If someone out there messes with you, I never have that desire. I would just my boy child would just be soft.
But that's the thing. I feel like that's why
I would raise a trans woman. That's really I'm not gonna raise a man.
In fact, I'm equipped for that. If someone needs a foster home for a young trans kid, I'm also equipped for that.
No, but I think it's actually better I'd rather prep a young boy for like emotional warfare.
Yes.
Because that's more useful. Like fighting, at some point you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, you can enroll them in a class for self-defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'd rather train myself. Like, listen, this is how you get to people's hearts. This is how you really hurt a man. That's not like, fists. The bruise will go, but
that's the one. Look, I get that, but I feel like it's harder. Like, the world is stranger for a boy child emotionally. Stranger. I feel like girls, you can access their... Again, when I say girls, I'm not even talking about
young girls.
Because I'm also clueless with that. But I'm just talking from my experience with like a small girl child. Yeah. You can access their feeling, they wear them on their sleeve more in a way that's
boys don't.
Specific to that emotion. Where else I feel like boys, I don't know if it's the testosterone, it automatically goes to anger, and then you have to break that anger down. Like, no, it's not anger, it's this, whatever. Girl kids are very specific. Like, it's a very nuanced emotional intelligence that is automatic in a child where, like, I remember with my young sister, it would be like very clear where it's like, I'm not angry, I'm just frustrated. I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. This is a child. Yeah. They know exactly the feeling. Like, they differ. It's not just mad. And then when you talk to them, you're like, okay, this guy's just sad. Yeah.
But do you think it's more of a, like, even as young boys, is that just from a young age, is that, hey, don't cry. Why are you crying? That's imparted on you from a young age already. So, like, you don't have the chance to explore those negative emotions.
I myself am fighting that so hard now. Isn't like I had a thing my whole life, I guess it's kind of there, where I'm like, I realized, and it's only recently where I realized the root cause of that, where I realized that I haven't cried for a long time. but not because there's nothing I'm doing to suppress it. I'm a very like open guy.
Just have nothing to cry about it.
There's nothing exactly, but there's strange things that there's stuff to cry about. But that's never the instinct I have in a situation where I'm like cry. Like it's a lot like. So and then I was like, so for a long time I thought I was just that guy who doesn't cry, not because I'm like I don't cry, but it just didn't happen. But I was like, sometimes because you have pent up emotions and it feels like maybe I'll go for a run, well, not a run, but something similar. But something to release it where crying would be easier. But I never, then I realized it hit me just memories way later enough where I'm like, oh, I remember there was a name they had for me. You guys don't know, it called Oktetem. Like it's a
small.
It's someone who cries a lot.
Yeah. But I was a big crier.
I realized that.
I was a big crier when I was a kid.
Dude, that was me. I was like a mama's boy.
Yeah.
I was
like you could get me to tears like quickly.
Dude, same.
Quickly,
I was
dude.
infamous in my family.
Yeah.
But I'd erased all of that from like my teenagehood until like early 20s.
Yeah, puberty kind of took that out of me. But
those emotions. Then I realized, oh, I used to be a crybaby. And then, you know, when you have siblings are mean. Yeah. But not in a, because I'm mean to them as well, or was mean to them. We were like, you're always just trying to get at each other.
That's just growing up.
Yeah, because I was the last born for a very long time until my little sister was born later. Yeah. But so I was always the cry baby or whatever, and it was always like, oh, he's gonna cry now. And then I had to learn. I remember learning to shove that shit. Yeah, where you like cry. Yeah. And then I learned, and then I guess at some point I got so good at it that now that never became my instinct in any situation where I could just watch a horrible situation and that wouldn't even be a thought to cry. I would be like, oh, this is sad.
We've cried enough for a lifetime.
Yeah, but so it's those things where you realize that, yes, it absolutely is the environment with the boy kids where, because my sister also cried a lot, my older sister, but she was making fun of me a lot for crying. And the only difference that I was a boy. Yeah. So it was like, oh, you're crying, you little baby. Exactly, but she cried a lot as well, but it was ordinary.
It was like you're not, like by birth, like you don't have easy access to that.
To that emotion,
exactly, to just like, but if you're allowed to cry more often, that would be like I feel bad, and let me just tap into that, the thing I've always tapped into.
That's what I want, and because there's a myth that boys are less emotional. That is false. I don't know why we think anger is not an emotion.
Yes.
Why do people think anger is not an emotion? We're very emotional.
I totally agree in that.
It's just very one-dimensional.
Not even that it's one-dimensional. It's that because the angers feel different.
Yeah, it's not the same type of anger.
So because sometimes there's like a confusion, like
it's a frustration with
the word, like it's so like dense,
intricate.
Yeah. So it's like they'll be like, then you're like, because now you're like, okay, and that's the thing I would say, like Germans are so genius because they have words for like very
specific
emotions and tapping into that. That's why they seem like psychopaths.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is this is that, this is this, this is that. It's not a thing where like they have to get emotional.
That's the tough thing with Nguni languages, Vernac languages, all of them. I've realized that it's harder. You can't do therapy in Zulu and make it effective.
Of course you can.
You can. Of course you can. Because of course there's a lot of people that are Zulu that are getting therapy. What if they also deserve it before you all fucking come for me? But there's a limit to the words.
Yeah.
There's something very powerful in naming a feeling.
Exactly.
Like I took some psychiatry courses in varsity, and they like.
That explains a lot.
As part of
manipulating.
I have a psych degree, so it's like
I understand how the mind works.
No one does, bro. You realize when you learn that stuff that you know less now than you thought you did. But anyways, when they explain, because we got to a point where we became woke and we're like, no, you shouldn't diagnose whatever people. Then you realize diagnosis is so powerful.
It's freeing
in an amazing way. Yeah. Like it's naming. Like, if just you saying to someone, oh, and of course after assessments, you should be responsible with it and saying, you are bipolar. Yeah. You've probably solved that person's whole, you've healed their childhood. Oh, I'm not crazy. Oh, I'm not. You've given a name to their thing, and now they have a path to fix it.
Exactly.
And to manage it. Yes. And to like, so yeah, that's the thing. I feel like with emotions, once you can name an emotion and be like, oh, I'm not angry. feel disappointed that this person didn't appreciate what I was doing for them, and then I felt like as a man they were whatever elaborate feeling you feel, then you're like, oh.
Yeah. I'm not angry, I'm just gay. And I don't know how to get it out.
That would be so freeing.
Oh man. So yeah, it's and then you just shove it down inside, and eventually you have power, and you become Vince McMahon. That's that path.
We'll bring it back.
Yeah. That's that path. Call back, baby.
Yeah, very professional.
Yeah,
and you know what the fucked up about Vince?
Yeah,
greed. Because I think the whole reason this woman is because if you read some of the text, not say it was she's obviously a victim, but like it almost looks consensual.
No, she's into dude.
She was giving a service to some level.
Yeah, exactly.
To some level, she was on board.
It becomes a thing of, is this a case of abuse or prostitution?
Like
and because she saw, and like, it's a thing of Vince offered her 3 million, only paid her 1, then I was like, I'm not paying you the rest. Shut your mouth.
No, but
shit on your head. But you think I'm going to pay you 3 million?
But even that 3 million in defense of the girl, it wasn't hey, let me do this to you, I'll give you that was a court-ordered 3 million. That was after
for the NDA.
That was that 1 million only paid was after the court ordered, after the first.
That wasn't hush money?
After, I think it was 2022. It was settled like out of court, so it was still a legal process. So it wasn't like their private thing. That was that. But also, yes, you are right. I did see also those things where I'm like, she is kind of seeming like a willing participant. Yeah. But then there's also that text where she's like calling him out on why did you send my nudes to like
everyone,
other people, whatever. So with those things, I mean, I understand. I think we've all been in these situations where they are bigger than you and things are moving. It's like you got in the water, but the current is taking you
and you're just going with it
to places, and you don't have any power and whatever to like move it back, and it's moving. Because if Vince is like, because yes, you're an adult, right? If it's like the August Alsina and Jada.
Yeah.
He is absolutely a victim in that, but it's not like Jada held him down at one point. Initially, it was consent. Hey, I like you, but then that power dynamic starts to show. Yeah. When it's like, he's absolutely a victim in that situation. So same as that. It's like having like
that's the kid's dad.
Oh, your friend.
Yeah. The guy is trying to hide from.
Exactly.
No.
Oh, you're trying to why? What? It's like,
dude,
also you are in Cape Town.
Like, that's the guy. That's the guy who made me wear the bunny costume. No.
Yeah. So I did see that, and I was like, but I feel like anyone who doesn't think Vince is guilty is a piece of shit. This guy is.
Yeah, you can't
like,
defend that guy.
People are defending him, bro. I've been on social media all week. People are like, oh well, he gave us the Undertaker. Yeah. And I'm like,
okay, Thula, if you were Vince's wife, and imagine you are married to a billionaire, and let's say you signed a prenup agreement. Like if you leave with nothing.
Okay.
And like your partner's going through this, do you stay with them? They're a billionaire.
You know what? Wait. To bring to context, me now in my financial position, I'm staying. But hear me. I'm being practical and honest, but I'm saying that's not a realistic context for Vince's wife, because it's not. She's not a new. She has at this point. She has her whatever prenup she signed, but she absolutely is baked in money herself in that. So she has no. She should be held to a higher standard.
Yeah, but she's also been shit on at some point.
Oh shit! Or maybe not. Maybe he's doing all of that so he doesn't have to do it to her.
Yeah, maybe because
he loves it. That's love. That's love. That's love.
That's
like, you don't shit where you love.
You don't shit where
you love.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, people stay, but then again, white women are different. White women leave, dog. They fucking, whether you're Jeff Bezos or.
Sure.
Bill Cosby's wife stayed, supported him, stood. That is 10 times worse than Vince's thing, and there's proof. It's not speculation. It's like, and it's 57 known sexual assault. Yeah. That is insane.
Yeah, and
for you to stay and be like
and back him, defend him
actively, not even be like Melania Trump. was there, never actively defended, but was just there
In the cut, yeah.
And then it's different to like actively, like what Megan Good is doing with Jonathan Majors. Like it's like be like Coretta, and I'm like, he's comparing himself to Martin Luther King. I needed that dude to not speak.
Yeah.
Once they go on that part, it was reminiscent of R. Kelly. You know that I'm fighting for my life. It felt like that he shouldn't have done. Because now you're like, oh, this guy's a psycho.
He's aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see like it. You're like, this
guy's right.
There's something there.
Yeah.
You don't know if he did what they say, but it's like he's capable. There's something in this guy's eyes. But it must be weird though to be like famous and like rich in that way, because your world is now curated for like positive feedback.
Yeah.
Not even in the manner of yes men. That's one aspect. But for example, Drake. We're talking about Drake. You can't tell me that you can try as a music critic to convince Drake that his music is bad. In his brain, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, what do you mean by music bad? I released an album today. It's
in the top 100.
And that top 100 is not some... Yes, it is very abstract and whatever, but there's people streaming behind these numbers. These are actual human beings.
Yeah.
I announced a show today for tonight, and it's sold out, and it's 10,000 people.
Yeah.
You telling me the music is bad? These people know all the lyrics well. So it's hard to separate the celebrity with the quality of the...
Yeah, no,
You
but
can't convince them their shit is bad.
I know, but I think it still affects them probably. They still feel like even us, like on our micro level.
Yeah.
When everyone can be like, oh, great, sir. One person just like, I didn't find you funny.
You zero in.
That's the one you say.
That's the one I follow home.
Exactly. Okay, my next victim. If you can't be if you're not a fan, you're a victim.
Yeah. If you shit on me, you're getting shitted on.
I imagine like even I guarantee you, with Anthony Fantano, that guy, his comments hurt these artists.
They come at him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They come at him.
I've never respected that guy.
Me
though.
either. He's a troll.
Yeah.
He's a troll, 100%.
He absolutely is. I enjoy his stuff, but I take it like entertainment, like
Exactly.
Fox News,
Yeah.
where you're like, this is not news.
Yeah.
You guys are curating like entertainment.
You're cutting promos. This is the news.
Yeah, I only like when he review. I actually like only when he reviews albums that he actually likes, because then he gets to be authentic, as opposed to when there's a new trending album and he's trying to get reactions.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's not genuine. at
There's
all.
albums is given a 4 that I'm like, dog. You just trying to get people mad.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
nothing
Exactly.
else you're doing.
There's what do you call this? Who's this guy? 21 Savage. I think his move, like, I don't know what's harder to be like accepted in rap as a gay person or as a foreigner.
Wait,
that-
you say it's a line, you said?
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, you saying what? Okay, say
Because
again.
like remember how he got so like insane pushback, like because I don't think any like UK guys made it in American hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was also like, wasn't he lying about his upbringing?
No, it's so true. Like
Yeah.
No, this guy comes
he
from
grew up
like
in Atlanta, like he moved
streets.
Yeah. So it's like that being able to be like, yo guys, accept me. I'm one of you guys. Because I feel like that maybe it's easier.
I think it was different for...
Is
I don't
it?
know. I feel like it might have been easier for... I would say it was probably harder for Drake to break to America than 21 Savage. Because Drake he's too close to America, being from Canada, but it's a very different cultural... As opposed to whereas 21 Savage, I feel like might have just been exotic, which is always accepted in rap. So, and it came up when drill rap was come like the UK. I don't know, I feel like 21 Savage was accepted very quickly. He rose.
True.
And he was very exotic because his stories, dude, the lines, he also has lines where you're like, oh, this did been about it. Yeah. He's like, his threats
He
are
got
not
shot
like
on
the
his
Meek Mill.
birthday.
He's like,
Yeah. No, what's this? Is Lil Nas X a rapper? Would you consider him a rapper?
this is more pop.
Yeah, it's
like
pop.
most stuff would say, sharpen
So
with the
listen,
edge.
there's no openly gay rapper.
Tyler, dude.
No, but even he's still.
He's still like
no,
that
but
thing.
he's doing a thing.
That's the thing.
He's also doing a
Like
thing.
we have lesbian female rappers. Those are-
Frank Ocean.
yeah, is it really rap?
I know he's not a rapper, but he's definitely in
He's in the sphere.
rap culture. Like he's in that energy. Like I hear you because he is very obviously R&B because he
Yeah.
sing, but he's very.
But he's also bi.
Yeah, Frank's energy is very hip hop. It's very like.
Not, I'm not thinking like I don't think there's like a. I'm trying to think of a gay person.
Yeah, dude, the nature of the sport is very homophobic. It's
Yeah.
very like, because the biggest diss someone can give you in a rap cipher, oh, so and so fucked you in the ass.
Yeah.
And it's like that. What else? What if you're like, yeah, but I enjoy that. If you can, in a rap battle, be like, that sounds
my thing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Would you
Why
do
would
that
you-
right now?
Slap me out, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody here, slap me out.
Something though that has been like frustrating me lately. What I'm seeing with that, like homophobia in that way, and this came from after that, like the Cat Williams, the dresses. There was definitely a lot of homophobia in that, and then, but I felt like it's perpetuated by black women more than anything.
Black women.
I see them using it as an insult.
Yes.
Where they're like, oh, this guy, oh, this gay-ass guy. And then, like, they... So, yeah, I see it from their side lately where I'm like, what's going on?
True. Because it was like, I remember there was a time a girl insulted me and was like, you're acting like a woman.
I've gotten
And
that
I'm
a lot.
like-
All soft kings, bro. We've
I'm like-
gotten that a lot.
I'm like, what's that? You're first you're insulting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because
You're like, so I should feel bad for if I was one of you. Okay?
Exactly.
So I don't know. What's this? I forgot I was going to say the weed. What do you say about the softness? Something about a woman.
What? That could go so many directions.
I got very.
Shouldn't have smoked weed.
Shouldn't have.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, black women, that's all I've seen, because even with the Cat Williams thing, when that happened, because that interview had so many great points, but I got shocked how everyone was focusing on the dresses, because Cat is tripping there. There might be, yes, because of how evil Hollywood is, the Vince McMahons at the top, I can see them as a power play if they're trying to absolutely dominate you, being like, yo, wear a dress. But there isn't some where even any actor who's acting, it's still an acting role. You can whatever thing, and
Also, it's like those movies are from a time where like making gay
that
jokes.
was funny.
Gay jokes was the thing, dude.
And they were very slapstick.
Yeah.
They were very like, "You're behaving this way, like Martin.
White chicks.
Exactly, white chicks. Yeah, that's not some corporate power move.
No, that's like
Yeah.
the movie
Yeah.
was written.
But
from-
people who are deep into saying it's a corporate power move, again, it's homophobia. It's people being like, this gay as shit and black man.
Exactly. Because so many white actors wore dresses.
So, and big, and we had
Robert
B-listers.
Downey, yeah, exactly.
We had
Robert
B-
Downey Jr. wore dresses.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Thor, the guy who Thor has like a movie where he's like, he has thing in Willem Dafoe.
Exactly.
What is more masculine than Willem Dafoe? And he still wore movies, but we've never thought twice about it. Brad Pitt
But it speaks to the fact that white people are more accepting
can
of,
express,
like, yo,
white men can express more range
Exactly.
of emotion, and it's like, fine, where else as a man you must be like, once you like behave a certain way, it's like, and again, I see black women pushing that more than anything. They're the ones being like, yo, what happened to men these days when men used to be men? And I'm like, that's such a weird thing also to be like, girl, you are a black woman. If you are pushing
That agenda.
homophobia on me, sexism is not far behind.
Exactly.
Because if you're putting me in that box of patriarchy, it's
like-
worse for you also.
And that's the thing. They bring the entire pocket of just saying men used to be a lot of things back then.
Yeah.
Articulate.
They
this-
also used to beat the shit
Exactly.
out of.
Well, that can come back. Or that can, but like, you should
Want us
articulate
to be men, ladies, cool? Like start cracking your knuckles. All right. Okay.
Bitch, do you have your dinner? Do you have dinner already?
It comes back that thing of like having specific names for things, articulating things.
Yeah.
Like, don't just say be a man. Articulate
Say
the
what you
specific
want.
element.
There's a deep emotion.
Exactly.
That,
Like,
yeah,
I want
maybe
to
you
feel
miss feeling
secure.
cared for.
I want to feel safe.
Yes.
Say that. Don't say because that
Man, yeah.
Don't say be. Okay, I'll be a man.
Yeah.
Make me dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's my
Find
dinner?
it
You
right
see?
to actually do that, yeah. Yeah, no, I absolutely hear you. Yeah, so I've been seeing that a lot, and it's been disappointing from. Yeah, because black women, I feel like understand. Black women are raising the entire world, low key, and it's not even an official industry. I feel like they should. Bro, black women are raising. You see in these white suburbs that I live in, every nanny is black.
Yeah.
You go to black neighborhoods, it's just black women. The guys are not there in a lot of homes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so these people are raising, and it's the same in America.
Yeah.
They have this Jamaican lady.
Exactly.
Everywhere. It's just black women raising the entire world. But for some reason, it's not a thing that they're known for economically. So it's not like an industry that they've cornered, because there's money in that industry. But they're not there in terms of, they just working, which is, again, the system. It's the fault of the system, how they've just been used that way. So I don't know, expect them, I always expect black women to like understand certain things, but then I also, even as a black guy, there's probably things where I say things that might be anti-black, whatever, because of internalized stuff that I'm not aware of.
Yeah.
Because then you realize maybe years later, like, oh, no, that was,
It's not fair.
So yeah, I think we all have that bullshit.
No, I agree. It's like a thing of when you're picked on a lot by your own kind, and you're like, there's a part of you that's like, I recognize them, I have coonish elements.
Yeah, we all have coon shit,
because,
we all have coon shit.
because just like, you're not a black, like you're not black like us, you're not like, so it's like,
now
you develop certain coonish things, they're like, that's what you guys want to be.
So cringe, yeah,
Exactly.
dude, there's this brand, we need to bring the show back to the jokes. We're getting to.
I'm trying to find.
You're trying to find the line.
I don't want to be like racist stuff. You guys are talking about black. You guys are talking about black problems. And I'm like,
Yeah, right. This is
we
coming to
appreciate
Think
you. That's
PC.
your role, yeah. Yo, dude, I was saying that there's a brand of black men, very talented, creative black men, who I guess because of their creativity have had to be softer. And then because of that, black men have very complicated relationships with black women. We love each other, but it's like, it's complicated because black women also sometimes are complicit in wanting to hold up the patriarchy. And if you are like a black nerd, like back now maybe it's cooler, but if you were growing up and you were a nerd, like black girls didn't like you as much. So those guys grow up and they have a certain content, like the Childish Gambinos, they all have white wives.
Yep.
And then now the conversation shifts where we're like, so they develop some slight coon shit, but you understand, but it's like, some of it is like, that's not cool.
Exactly.
Because some of them make it their whole personality to like shit on like black women.
Yeah.
I'm super defensive about black women.
Yeah,
I'm like,
there's a guy we know.
you can shit on black guys. There's something about black women where I'm like, there's no one in society grinding harder.
There's a black guy we know, I won't say his name, but
Sure.
like he's openly always like just shitting on black women.
Yeah.
And he's always just like, I want a white wife, but now I can't be with a black woman. They complain.
Who is this?
I'll tell you afterwards.
I need to know before I continue this.
yeah, I'm also interested.
Cool.
Because I have a few names.
Okay.
Just type the name.
Yeah,
Away
so
from
like,
the
and he
camera.
openly shits on them.
Okay, yeah.
No, but that makes sense. The background makes sense. Who's Fiso Nene? No.
Yeah. What's that? David Cow, of course. You could say. Yeah.
No,
so
got you.
they have it, yeah. And I'm like,
but again, that's that. It's a complicated. I need to do video essays because I'm so interested in that shit and those dynamics. But again, it's that complicated relationship of. I feel like if you go to like a certain school, and these are the guys, and I'm also complicit in this. Where when I came to UCT, I stayed in Smart Hall. You guys know Smart? No,
I dropped out of high school.
Yeah.
I don't-
It's the whitest residence in like Smart Hall. It's a very colonial. It's just white people.
why is it called Smatso?
I think now they've just changed the name. The protests started there. The roads must fall because it's just there's a whole history there. But anyways, I like they put me there, dude, and I was like, me and KG, my friend now, we were maybe one of the only 5 black people. And then there were other black people, but I didn't see them like that because it was those guys from these schools.
Yeah.
Like who are like the Anthony with the hair that is like nappy. And I remember, and I'm realizing now how we also as black people who maybe grew up a certain way, we want black to present itself in a monolith. Like we associate black with struggle.
Yeah.
Certain schools. If someone comes from like a very nice fancy school and they speak a certain way, you automatically coon.
That's
automatically
not just that. Like remember, I mean, we used to poor shame people,
Dude.
which is sad, which is so dumb to like take pride in poverty.
Yeah.
To be like,
that's what I'm guilty of.
Exactly.
But that's what gives those guys that complex that they end up having. They end up moving more towards their white friends or whatever. Because if I'm a black guy and maybe my father's doing well, has a great job, and my mother, and they put me in a great school, which I hope our kids will experience that.
You guys have 2 hot dogs on hot dog night? Everybody gets 2 hot dogs on hot dog night? That's wild, bro.
Wait,
Mr. Big Shot over here.
oh, you guys have tomato
You can
sauce.
put mayo on your shit? Yeah.
What's this yellow stuff? Dude, I only saw. Oh, I thought you said mayo. Mustard.
Yeah.
I think I only had mustard like
It
late
was
in my
such a
teens.
wild
The idea of like, oh, mustard and
street food
ketchup.
thing. Yeah.
The first time I had mustard was at my richer friend's house.
Damn.
Yeah. And I was like,
crazy, right?
whoa.
When
This
you go
changed.
back home, like, some people are living large out there, mom. What is...
You just have
What is
margarine, margarine straight,
Oh
dude.
my god. So yeah, it's those things where I remember how we used to, the best thing that was most fun for us to do was sit in the dining hall and make fun of those guys. And they didn't do anything. Like, I don't remember any one of them being an asshole to us.
Yeah, we're like just.
But it was just, I guess it's complicated ball of maybe there's a jealousy, there's a feel, like just because they get along with white people in a way that you haven't figured out, because this is a whole demographic of people. Think I'm fine now, but back then, because when you go to a township school, we had no white people at all. Like, white people were like an idea in town.
an idea.
It was a concept.
It was a concept where we never saw.
White people are like mythology.
Bruh, I had a similar conversation with a friend. Like in Zambia, I was telling my friend, like, you can go a month without seeing a white person. I can go a whole month. So, and like the only white people you would see were like very successful and like people on TV. It's like your idea of a white person is this.
Thank you.
There can only be
Sitcoms.
this thing.
Okay.
That was sitcom where they would just walk into a friend's thing and open a fridge and people are laughing, wah, ka, 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 ka,
Exactly.
and the fridge is full. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Coming to Africa was probably one of the best things that could have happened to
To
me.
see the range.
A white person being a garbage man.
Yeah, and you're like,
Dude,
thank you
that's
for your
my
service. You have changed a black man's life just by being homeless.
I was like, yo,
keep doing you, bro. Keep doing you. Yeah.
I was like, yo, dude, why are you hopping on the back of your truck? That's your truck. Get in the front, dude.
You free, man. Exactly. No, that is
Must be an undercover boss situation.
He's a cool guy, you know? You know, it's like an army general who goes in with the...
Yeah, to be on the ground and keep his
Boots on the
eyes
ground.
on the streets.
Exactly.
Likes to feel. So yeah, no, absolutely that. Where like we had there's this phrase in Zulu where it's like it's where comedy I guess started for a lot of us in the streets. We call it ukwerana, where you like kids would get, I don't know if in every culture people do this, where you get it's like a rap battle but just for jokes. You have to
Like ciphers almost. But
like
for-
roast battles.
Yeah.
But it's like in the street.
But every day, where you like get together and you're always prepared. And the weird thing is that we would repeat roast. You know, all these people know this from last week, but I said it first and I added a thing to it. And people are like, oh!
Chula's
Then you
been joke
cry.
stealing as a kid. He's been stealing jokes from youth.
No. I'm just saying that
I'm
that
kidding,
was
I'm
the
kidding.
standard. There was like 15 jokes that we all knew that we'd keep repeating. It was just, it's like with your siblings. There's one row, you just have to get to it first.
Yeah.
The button, the
Yeah.
thing that
thing
gets
that
up.
kind of gets.
Yeah.
So we had one where it's like, I mean, it doesn't hit as well in English, but it was saying basically, which is a fucked up joke, where it's like, you working, we start them with one day.
Okay.
You were working with white people, or you were made for white people, and then a white person, I guess, spit on the floor, and then you licked that, and you were like, then there's a term, that's the punchline that only needs to be in Zulu, where it's like, and then you said, oh, abelungu ba rich ba lahle castet. It Doesn't translate as well, but in English, basically saying you see white people's saliva as your custard. You say, they're so rich. That joke is so layered and deep in the fucked upness of, and the fact that it was funny back, but there's so much, and the jokes were like that.
Yeah.
So when you come to now varsity and now you're living in close proximity with black guys who you associate with whiteness, you associate them, they think they're better than me. But it's you projecting your own bullshit, your own insecurities. Or they think, and then, and because they speak in a way that is more accepted.
Yeah. Well, they're also just products of their environment.
Exactly. They're just being effortlessly cool and they speaking well. That was another hard thing because we had to learn English from TV. Yeah. And then you see these guys that are very well more, dude, I remember, I was very within in Fees Must Fall and Roads Must Fall in 2015, 2016. And I remember the people that used to lead that, there was a guy called Sihle Loans, I think now he's higher up in the EFF. All the guys that led, ironically, were guys that went to Model C schools. Because they could articulate things a certain way and they had a very direct relationship with white people where they understood the dynamics. Yeah. And they had an anger that was more than... Because we were still happy to be here. And they were, and even though we came from a certain situation, but they could articulate. Yeah. And so they would, because sometimes you'd get up, there's these plenaries we used to have, the day before a protest where you plan, who's barricading here, very technical shit. And then I remember we'd try where you have an idea and you want to speak about the idea, but it feels like public speaking is a lot of people. Yeah. And you're not able to get the words. And then you're just frustrated. And then another guy like an Anthony is I think what he's trying to say is, then he just nails what you wanted to say in a soft. Then people are Anthony. Yeah, exactly. And then it builds up resentment and you're fuck, this guy's so good.
Exactly.
So it's that thing where we have that relationship and then those guys end up just disliking black people in general. And they just...
It's get bullied their whole lives.
They get for that. Yeah. Especially if they still live
I'm sure it's a little different now. Well, no, there's probably still some sort of disparity between township kids and city kids. Town kids. For sure.
It's probably worse for those kids because there were kids even in my townships where their family started doing a bit better, but they could not afford to move, but they could afford to send this child to
a better school.
A good school. So you would have transport, take him to town or whatever, but he still lives.
That's rough.
That is I think about those kids now. I was
because now you're being bullied at school, and then your friends at home hate you because
not black enough, not white enough. Yeah. It's that Drake again, that complex Drake got. That's exactly fucks you up.
What I didn't like is there's that dynamic when a family is they get more money.
Yeah.
But they can either live great in the township, the family that's balling out,
or be poor in
just surviving in the suburbs,
which they choose the latter always.
Yeah. Which is but that's the thing because in the township there's that whole thing. Now you become the target.
That's the
other
thing.
aspect.
I understand
your house becomes they're balling out of control.
I understand it, dude. I realize here, in Cape Town, dude, Cape Town saved me so much, mentally, being away from home, being away from the township, being away, it's just different. There's a change. Your mind opens up in a way that money can't, but you could ball in the township. I work mostly remote now. I could go live, I would ball out of control without these expensive rents here.
Yeah.
But it's there's a lot you're sacrificing there as well. There's some friends of mine that I'll speak to that are smart as well, but they didn't get to go to varsity and all that. But you know a person this guy's very smart, very cool.
Yeah.
Then you talk to them and you see how there's a fog. It seems that goes to a person that is smart where I guess because of the environment where they now think and they start repeating just the phrases of the thing, and especially you saw it during the COVID where people embody, because we speculate, we speak conspiracy theories, but you just speculating in a normal, what if, and then there's people that go deep in
wait.
It was so you talk to a friend from the township and you're he's deep in this shit, because it's what guys in the corner are talking about all day, and it's you can't bring him out. You're trying to
Those are the best conspiracies. Because, entire conspiracy theories is backed by, a lot of...
Yeah.
There's some real elements, these are facts. But like township things, this is
There's
just
nothing.
from the dome. Dude.
There's nothing, dude.
You ever see a guy freestyle a rap? This guy's just like for 15 minutes. It's just like
But it's so
shit.
fascinating because it's so outrageous that you think, no, he must have something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The passion.
It puts so you listen.
Yeah.
It's not like the typical. You're like, wait, so tell me, and then they go deep, and then it always ends up with the mark of the beast. We need to accept Jesus. That's where it goes. All the black people conspiracy.
Jewish people live in the sewers.
Yeah.
We need to
Oh.
accept-
Yep.
There are lizard people in the airport.
That's where it ends up. It ends up with it's the end times. Jesus is coming. It's like it always has a religious twist
I
in the
hope-
township. The conspiracies.
I'd like to get mad at Jesus if he does come back. I'm like, dude, like
Yeah.
people have been saying it's.
He's absolutely an asshole. Peep
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
People.
Some people have been saying wild shit in your name, dude.
Yeah. He's and he could clear this up. So, like he doesn't even need to. You telling me that he was speaking like God in the Old Testament spoke a lot too much for my
Yeah.
liking. He was there physically handling business on the ground. Chaos, bruh. He was Vince McMahon with those texts. He was like,
Exactly.
yeah. And then all of a sudden it was like, you know what? This is above me.
Yeah.
The moment where someone can, because he was in the streets doing his thing before people could even write. That's what's fucked up, that all these things that now people have written, it's story, like they've been told and told.
Yeah.
So when it's like the book of Matthew, it's not even Matthew that wrote that. It's someone heard Matthew say this, and then someone said this, and then someone said. So it's like generation.
Yeah.
It's so far back
It's such
that
broken
it's like
telephone.
insane. There's nothing original in it. So it's like the moment people could record, even just in writing, you were like, I think
What's
I'll-
that thing
I'll
that
just
dude
never
said?
say anything.
I just, hey, yo, what's that thing that dude from across the thing said that
From
one
the-
time?
yeah, and then-
right?
Yeah,
He
and
said
still-
what?
yeah.
Gay people are what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, the abominations.
And there's anecdotes that are insane. And you see, like, there's this story. I've been going to stories so much. This is the last one.
Let's go.
Yeah, we need to wrap this up soon. Anyway.
Yeah. There's how long has it been?
Hour 15?
Oh
Nice.
shit!
Yeah.
I thought it was still like 40 minutes.
I don't know. We've been doing it right, bro.
It's breezing, dude. That's what good conversation is.
There's this what is there's this story in the Bible where again showing the scale and ridiculousness, but it's like it's an old tale that people believed in a thing, and it's weird that we take it literally now. Where I guess it's in the Book of Solomon, where I guess they're trying to illustrate how the town knew, like how Israel knew that Solomon was the wisest man alive. So he was a king, had just been appointed king. And then, you know, old day kings sit and then you bring your problems and then they fix that shit. Then this woman comes, is crying. It's like, yo, dude, this woman just took my child. Like, this woman just kidnapped my child. We gave birth, like, in the same place. It was just the two of them. So they were in a place, just the two of them. There's no witness. They both gave birth, I guess, last night or whatever. And then this one, I guess you're tired, you just gave birth, slept on top of the child, and the child died. And then she saw that her child is died, and then while the other one was sleeping, she exchanged the babies. So put the dead child next to her,
Damn. Okay.
and then took that child. That's not even
We
the
got-
damn part of the story.
Yeah, okay.
That's wild imagination. And then it took the child. So now the woman wakes up. No, man, my child is dead. Oh my God. Then they look, nah, man, this is not my child. And then, right, but babies look the same. So it's like, but she knows, like, she's like, nah, this is not my child. Not even dressed the same way, dude. These are different scraps to last night. Yeah. because
Look at how
whatever,
big
it's
his
war.
pussy is.
Yeah, this is
Doesn't
different.
smell like my pussy.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Then it goes to King Solomon, like, yo, this woman took my child. Then that woman also comes in, no, this is my child, my child. It's only them, no one can say. So Solomon's solution is, all right. And this is what Solomon was deemed a genius for. And I'm like, how is this shit genius? Solomon was like, okay, the solution is that I'm going to say, it's like, bring me my sword. And it's like, give me the baby that's alive. And it's like, I'm going to cut this baby into half so that you can have your half. And then you can have your half, the alive baby. And then...
Solomon was just
Genius.
a bureaucrat.
Yeah, exactly. And then...
He's
and
a
then
communist.
And then,
Yeah.
so his idea... And then immediately when he says that, the woman who... the child died, the one who's scamming, is like, yes, that's good. At least then we both don't have kids or whatever. Then the one who is the actual mother is like, no. Rather she takes her. I don't want my child to die. Then it's like... Thank you. That's dope. That was my... Then people clap. Oh my God. Then word moved around and then he became like the guy. And I'm like, how old were these people? What this woman? When someone says they're gonna cut a baby, would you say yeah?
Exactly.
Like it's just those stories that are like anecdotes from like old people that are certainly entertaining. It's like genius storytelling, but it's like, come on, dog.
It's unbelievable. It's like,
Come on, man. Come on. But yeah, I love Bibles. I grew up on Bible stories.
Yeah.
They wild. They're just amazing stories.
even the what's that? Lot and what is that?
And the salt, the pillar of salt.
yeah,
it was
it's
like, don't look back. And that is insane, but also God being cruel. That is, dude, if you right now, so they were escaping Sodom, so there was like the and then so the angels tell them that like don't look back. But dog, come on, I'm here, a city is falling down.
Yeah.
You're telling me as a human being I can't. If I do this, it has now deep. Oh, you don't want to move on from the.
Exactly.
No, I just looked because the place is bombing.
My home is.
I've lived here my whole life. I'm curious.
It's because gods are ashamed. Like I don't want you to look at me destroy
I
your
don't
city.
don't look
Would
at
you
me.
be ashamed of what I have?
No, God is just like, cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah,
And if you do, you get punished.
He wanted that bombing, and then they're staring that look, and it's like,
I know
The story would have been so much better if you guys just
you
kept
ruined
walking.
it for me. Like God just be like,
Yes,
Jesus just be like, Dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He has to make his own movies, that guy. Anyway, folks.
Well, but the funny thing about the Sodom and Gomorrah story, in this quick, that place was so. This is how depraved Vince would have loved Sodom. Because
I mean that is the land of billionaires. It's Epstein Island.
exactly.
Epstein
That's what it was.
The fact that angels came to Sodom before, like to save Solomon.
Yeah.
Angels went into his house.
Yeah.
Then the dudes around time came and like, hey yo, we're trying to fuck those dudes. That's how far. Like, hey yo, those big dudes with
The
wings.
angel- Yeah.
That's my thing.
And angels were like seen as like they had like glory. They were like whatever, but these dudes were like, nah, I could have that smash.
That's how even more fucked up the time was.
Yeah.
Solomon goes like, nah, don't fuck these dudes I just met. Fuck my kid.
He offered up his child, rape my.
Yeah.
Insane. And then and that was them saying, oh, this shows that it was a wise not Solomon, I think Lot.
Lot, yes.
Shows that Lot was a wise man because he was like, no, not the angels. Do this to my child. What a man.
What a good man. What a good man, folks.
It's just, dude, and now I'm thinking back, I'm like, damn, my days in church, like the preacher would say these things with a straight face, and you would all get up and be like, oh my God.
Give up your daughters.
Oh, and you were like, insane, man. Abraham trying to kill his child. It's just crazy shit, but yeah.
Anyway, folks, read your Bibles. Go follow Thula if you don't already.
Find God.
Yeah, people, Sorry, don't cancel me. I also, Bible is great. It's amazing.
Uncancelable, dude. You think crazy religious people listen to this?
No, but that's the thing. I feel like that has evolved now. There's like a modern age where you can be half in, half out. Yeah. Almost everyone you've met is like praise to like God, Jesus, but they still like, I'll still fuck.
Yeah.
It's not the same anymore, but those people still very much get touched. But so I don't know, because the way religion is presented, even in the Bible, it's like, it's sacrificial. Yeah. You're sacrificing a certain life for this godly thing. Whereas now we've brought it to a point where it's like, I can have both. I can
live your life.
I can do
that's
my
the
thing.
New Testament,
which I love it for.
Just say
us.
you're sorry. That's the whole thing about the New
Just
Testament.
say sorry, and we'll forgive you.
It's when people are like, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. You just mean you
just commit. Make a commitment.
Vince just converted to Islam.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Folks,
see you guys.
Have a good week. Love you guys.
Cheers.
That's actually